highlights from every game over the weekend. This is Good Morning Football. Will Selva's out in the newsroom in Culver City with the latest. Good morning to you, sir.
Good morning to you, Kay and fellas. Hope you guys had a great weekend. And Nate, you sounded great in the booth, my friend. So it was nice to have you there. Call that Rams and Raiders game. Well, the last image we had of Jimmy Garoppolo staying on the West Coast during game action, of course, was not a good one. Garoppolo carted off the field with a torn ACL during Week 3, and when he went down, so did the team's hopes of an improved record. There's a renewed sense of vigor at training camp again, with Jimmy G now back under center. He didn't play in the preseason opener against the Cowboys, but will take his familiar spot in the next preseason game against the Broncos. Niners GM John Lynch says he has no concerns about the health of his QB.
His rehab's been flawless, knock on wood. I mean, people typically have setbacks somewhere in there. He never had one, and that's allowed him to really get a lot of work in. Work ethic is not an issue with Jimmy. He works his tail off.
Well, Lynch's 49ers ended up winning the game against Dallas. The outcome, though, didn't bother head coach Jason Garrett, no, but the execution in the red zone did. The first-team offense saw a pass batted down at 3rd and 4. The unit came up empty in 4 tries. Garrett says this has to change.
Yeah, obviously you want to score touchdowns there, and you go back and look at each of those drives, and you can point to a particular play or this happened or that happened, and that's what we'll do. We'll evaluate it, drive by drive, play by play within those drives. But, for the most part, I was pleased with that first drive by the offense. And unfortunately, we weren't able to score the touchdowns we wanted to once we got down there with any of the units.
Last season, they ranked 26th in red zone efficiency. They didn't have Jason Witten, but now he is back. And, of course, Scott Linehan, one of your former coaches, Nate, he took a lot of heat last season, bringing Kellen Moore as the OC, hoping that things will change in the red zone. It's one game, but we'll see what their game plan is moving forward.
There's a lot of pressure on Kellen Moore right now.
Lots.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. See if he can step up.
To see what he does. And speaking of the Cowboys, it's time now for another edition, thanks, Will, of Believe It or Not.
Ding, let's go.
I got some topics. You tell me whether or not you believe them. And let's start with those Cowboys, because their run game couldn't quite get it going without their Pro Bowl rushing title holder twice, Zeke Elliott. They struggled to get into rhythm against the Niners. It's the first preseason game, so believe it or not, Zeke Elliott was down in Cabo smiling after watching this run game struggle.
I believe it. I'm going to jump right in. I'm going to say yes. And I don't think he was smiling because he's looking at his teammates and saying, they're not as good as me. But he's smiling because he understands just how talented he is and what he brings to the table. Now, even though I don't believe people should panic, the offense is going to be very vanilla and granola. That's just like every other offense this time of year in preseason game number 1. But Zeke is sitting back saying, a couple of those runs, I might have broken them. Just because I can shed tackles, I can hurdle over guys, and I can run over dudes. Mm-hmm. So I know that Zeke is sitting back smiling and saying, the leverage is mine.
I love when Nate uses the word granola to describe an offense.
It's vanilla granola.
Yeah. Granola.
It's delicious. What, like they want to save the whales?
Yeah, exactly. Granola is wearing a hemp necklace. I will say yes, because I think, to Nate's point, I feel like Ezekiel Elliott is living his life out loud, and the fact that he's in Cabo, the fact that he's on Instagram commenting on things, it would have gone very differently if Tony Pollard banged out 138 yards in this game. I think, yes, I think Zeke takes this everything is zero-sum to him, and every time he sees one of these guys struggling, it is personal to him. I say yes.
Plus, it's Cabo. Who doesn't smile in Cabo?
Right, yeah. True. Well, to that point, I've had a lot of smiles in Cabo. There's a lot of bars, a lot of outdoor showers. Downtown, there's some tents you can go into that say no cameras allowed. It's great.
Oh.
But I think the biggest smile was from Zeke. The offense was a little trail mix, but I think that beyond that, listen, no doubt, if one of these guys broke a huge run or had a huge day, there is a swing of momentum. And look no further than the quotes from Jerry Jones saying that Tony Pollard can do it all. He makes him sound like Eric Dickerson. We are this close to having like celebrity Cowboys fans like LeBron and Carrie Underwood wear like Tony Pollard and Mike Weber jerseys on Instagram that they got from the team. If they had a big night, it would be a loss for Team Zeke. It was a big win, big smile.
But the fact that the Cowboys knew that and maybe wanted to get that narrative out there and instead put him in bubble wrap after 4 carries on the opening series, I don't know, doesn't that mean that they're preparing for the long haul without Zeke Elliott? They didn't run him out there and trot him out there for any purpose. Not that would take away from Zeke's smile.
Still smiling, yes.
But that might be part of, that's probably the reason, right?
I don't know. Could be.
Well, they're not good.
I want him back. Daniel Jones turned plenty of heads Thursday after his perfect 5-for-5 passing, a touchdown to cap off the only drive that the Giants had playing the Bears on Friday night. And they do play the Bears, the Giants and the Bears here at MetLife. Believe it or not, Daniel Jones will have a repeat performance of his preseason Week 1. And let's keep these back pages rolling.
Oh.
What do you
I'll
got?
kill the buzz. I'm going to say no. You know, we had that Daniel Jeremiah tweet last week about preseason as a liar, and some of us liked it, some of us didn't. If you subscribe to that and you look into who Daniel Jones was playing against, it was undrafted free agents in the secondary. And granted, he wasn't out there throwing to AB and Julio and Odell. It's fine. But with the Bears, we'll see some better competitions, maybe some better players. He's not going 5-for-5 with a touchdown. It might still be good, but I'll say no.
I'll say yes. Why not? I mean, this is the thing that we look for in the preseason. Storylines that can get us going for September and October. And if Daniel Jones goes, 6 for 6, throws another touchdown against that vaunted Bears defense, let's go. The train is moving. The locomotive's here. And by the time we're hitting Labor Day, we're talking, should Daniel Jones just start Week 1? Like, should we just rip the Band-Aid off and do this? I'm here for it. I think he played well, and we didn't even see his legs. When I say that he's as athletic as a quarterback that there is, I'm going with yes.
Yeah, I agree with you, Strays. Kyle, you mentioned that he's playing against maybe some undrafted guys, some third or fourth stringers, and that's perfectly fine. But what happens when you do play against those type of individuals, your confidence rises. And I feel like right now, Daniel Jones, he has that confidence in knowing this is why I was selected in top 10. This is why I'm the future quarterback for the New York Giants. And yes, he's going to be able to throw well, but what I'm looking forward to is we haven't seen athleticism yet.
Right.
We heard all summer about him breaking the pocket at practice and running past DBs and safeties. He's going to do that in this game against the Bears, and that's when the conversation really starts. Oh, wait, he's much more athletic than Eli, and he can throw the ball? Yeah, we should start him Week 1. The conversation has started. Here
for the drama. At GMFB, Striggs, I got to bring this one to you next. Patrick Mahomes, the Chiefs, they were awesome. Mahomes looked great, and he found another speedster to add to their already potent offense. And I want to ask you about this guy because you mentioned him long ago. It's a second-rounder, Mecole Hardman. He scored a 17-yard touchdown. Kansas City beat the Bengals 38-17 on Saturday. Striggs.
Oh, boy.
Whoa.
Another weapon.
Believe it or not, the Chiefs will once again have the league's highest scoring offense in 2019.
Yes, this is the hill I will die on, that the Chiefs are not going to regress. The Chiefs are not going to take a step back. There's no book on Andy Reid offense. There's no book to stop Mahomes. They got better this offseason. Forget the fact that Tyreek Hill is on the field. Now you add Mecole Hardman. You add another year of Mahomes. You bring back all of the offensive coaches. Sammy Watkins is healthy. Yes, and I feel like there are more wrinkles to this offense that we haven't even seen. Mahomes had a full offseason to digest the playbook. Let's go. I say yes. They could be even better.
I'll jump in. Have I talked to you guys about how fast the Chiefs wide receivers are? Have you seen the 40 times that these Chiefs wide receivers
Show them again.
I had what we call a full screen here in the television industry. There it is. That's what we call the Legion of Zoom. The Arrowhead Pride Mafia is all over that nickname on Twitter. People keep trying to send me things they think are faster as a faster trio. People keep saying the fastest show on turf. I looked it up. Their 40s are not as fast as that trio. Look, the Rams are probably going to be real nice this year, but I'm still going to go with the Chiefs, mostly because Mahomes is a baby. Yeah. He's an MVP infant. He's not even in pull-ups yet. He's in diapers in the NFL. He's still getting up there. You got pull-ups at your house? We're past pull-ups now, but Mahomes is not. He's a baby. He'll get better.
And according to Sammy Watkins,
fast pull-ups. Exciting.
So according to Sammy Watkins, you kind of slighted him on that 40 time.
Sammy says he runs like a 4.2. Come on, Sammy. All right.
We're going to see. I'm going to say no, though. I'm going to pump the brakes a little bit. And I know last year I was adamant at the beginning of the year saying that Patrick Mahomes is going to throw for 50 touchdowns. And he might this year. And I say no, not because of regression, because you said they won't regress, and I agree. I say no because it's going to be progression of the Rams offense due to an addition that we all love in Cooper Kupp. I talked to Cooper Kupp before this game a couple days ago, and he said that he is feeling fast. The ACL is perfectly fine. And I started thinking about that wide receiver core with Cooper Kupp, along with Todd Gurley and a host of running backs behind him. This is going to be an offense that's going to compete for that top spot in scoring in the offense. So I'm going with the Rams this year.
Love that. And it's a rare thing to happen to have the highest scoring offense in back-to-back years. The Saints did do it, though, back in 2008, 2009. So we'll see if the Chiefs can join them on that rare list. Le'Veon Bell, Saquon Barkley. They're going to be sized up all season long, both two stud running backs in New York City. Does Le'Veon have some advice for Saquon? And if he does, should Saquon listen to him?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and Nate thinks someone on the Cleveland Browns has won preseason Week 1 on their way to the Super Bowl.